Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is.
Good morning. It's News Hour. 9 a.m. news update at the Karogu Radio. Brought to you by Rian Walker.
Good morning. Welcome to Thika Road Radio News with Mary Ann Walker. Remember, you can give us your feedback on all our social media platforms, being Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also Threads. And you can also listen to us live on www.mirage.co.ke. Now on to the headlines. Murkomen directs board to pick women for top agency jobs. Agony of Muranga villagers terrorized by ex-wild in Bangladesh. South Bay Market in limbo after land-grabbed residents protest. Third grade school in Machakos still 360,000 Kenyan shillings. Welcome. Transport Minister Kipchumba Murkomen has directed agency under his ministry to do away with hurdles that prevent women from raising the top leadership position so as to encourage their empowerment. Murkomen on Monday, it was a shame that women representation in the decision-making tables in the construction industry was just 3%, despite the gender rule that requires not more than 2/3 of one gender at the top. The CS said he was embarrassed to find out that all senior positions in his ministry were held by men. He was speaking to Barabara Plaza in Nairobi when he opened an inaugural Women in Construction Forum on Monday. The forum's theme was female-led, female-built, female-powered. It brought together women developers, and all associated in the construction with recognizing and advancing their role in the industry. He directed all agencies under his ministry, including the Kenya Road Board, Kenya National Highway Authority, Kenya Urban Roads Authority, and Kenya Rural Roads Authority, to ensure they have more women at the top. He cited Kera, where out of 47 regional managers, only 2 are women. The CS said there is immense contribution of women as they have injected their expertise, experience, and technical know-how in the various disciplines in the sector. The CS gave an example of expressway in Nairobi whose construction is supervised by a woman. Murkomen said hurdles such as sexual harassment must be eradicated to allow women to scale the leadership ladder. The CS has at the same time said women must be areas where they can breastfeed their children while at work. Residents of Mberi Ward in Muranga East Sub-County are living in fear after a well-known thug pitched camp in the area terrorized them. The man, locally known as Wagadhanwa, due to the fact that he arms himself with an axe, has been breaking into their homes armed with a bottle filled with petrol. He demands for the money and mobile phones, threatening to burn down houses if owners fail to surrender them. Residents in Gathiriri, Kamoirori, Kandundu, and Kiongoine areas describe him as a heavily built man who walks barefoot. Mwangi Kamau, one of the victims, was just retiring to bed last Wednesday after a restful night watching TV at around 12:30 a.m. in his home in Kamoiro area. Kamau, however, noted that his dog was barking relentlessly and decided to check what was happening. By the time he got to the sitting room, he found his son, who was panicked and who told him their home was under attack by a gang of thugs. He immediately switched on the security lights, only to see one heavily built man with his arm raised, ready to hit his window with an axe. His wife had by then alerted neighbors, who, when some of them came to the homestead, the attacker fled. On the other hand, Mercy Mudhoni said her home was attacked a few weeks ago at 2 a.m. and that her family was woken up by the sound of a window clatter. The man, she said, broke the window grill with an axe and got into the house before they could establish what was happening. He asked for money and Mudhoni decided to give him 50,000 Kenya shillings she had kept in the house for construction of a tree. Moving on. Residents of Nairobi South B Estate might not get their first market after a private developer allegedly took over land meant to develop the facility. The move by the developer, believed to be a sitting MP of Kiambu, caused an uproar among residents, who responded by pulling down an iron sheet fence he had erected around the land with the registration number LR number 209 12621. Residents who spoke to Thika Road Radio over the weekend expressed their grievances, saying their ward will remain the one without a market in Nairobi. As a result, Nairobi South MCA Waithera Chege has brought a petition to the Assembly of the matter. She said residents might never live to see a market in their ward if the land is grabbed. In the petition, which was signed over by 400 residents, Waithera noted that the land at the Mukiti area is a public land and had been earmarked by the government for construction of modern market. The petition sought the attention of the county's assembly to intervene and ensure the land is reclaimed for public use. A night guard was injured during A night guard was injured during a robbery at a school in Matungulu, Machakos. The guard of raided Heran Girls Secondary Stage 2 guard. He had to wire, making part of a fence at the school compound. According to the police, they broke into the principal's office, bazaar's office, and the account clerk office, where they stole 360,000 Kenya shillings, 4 laptops, a projector, and 2 external hard disks. One of the guards said he was robbed 60,000 Kenya shillings, which he had handed him from a merry-go-round. Police said the guards were found tied in one of the rooms of the school and none was injured. A team of detectives is investigating the attack. The team visited the scene and proceeded as part of the probe into the scene. Meanwhile, the police in Manyatta, Embu, are investigating a burglary accident at a bar. A gang had raided a bar when an alarm was raised, alerting police who found there and a saloon car parked outside with the non-occupants. The car sped off from the scene, prompting the officers to fire towards the car, but it managed to disappear. The robbers had stolen 3,500 from the bar, 1 full keg drum, 1 keg pump, 12 pieces of Guinness cans, 12 pieces of Balozi cans, and they left behind a half sack of assorted brands of beer with 37 pieces. The police say they are investigating the incident.
Create more awareness about your business by advertising with Thika Road Radio. Very competitive prices. Call 1137486061 for more info.
Stay tuned for business news. Will be coming up at 10 a.m. You've been with Mary Ann Waka. Have a good
Habari hizi zimeletwa kwako na Thika Road